I try to give as many analogies as I can, boss. Big game, James. Like, let me ask you this, big game, James and boss. If a strong man coming knocking at your door, banging at your door, and he eventually break in, are you gonna take care of business or you gonna run?
You gonna take care of business.
That's what I'm talking about. You protect your house. You gonna fight. You don't care how big he is. He can be Shaq. Some of these Cowboys
people are tripping.
Some of them they go running, man. They go running.
I don't know why everybody's tripping though.
Right.
It's not like they're with 6,604 or they're last place. I mean, they're still right there in the thick of everything. I don't pay no attention to these people, man. They throw one bad pass. Oh man, Kellen Moore sucks.
Same old Cowboys.
Defense gets the their offense gets a first down. I told you Dan Campbell wasn't. Man, just shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up. I mean, jeez. They critique every single little play. Like, let it go.
That's what I want. That's what I like. Me and Big Game James, we out somewhere. Somebody trying to jump us. I know for sure it's gonna be me and Big Game James still there. You know what I'm saying? Boss, you there too, right?
Man, it depends who started it, man. It depends on who started it.
I like that realness. That's real.
It depends on who started, man. I'm grown. I ain't got time to fight anybody.
I went to go grab the gun, man.
Okay, he said, all right, now who started it again?
Yeah, who started this thing?
Come on, man.
Nah, Jay, you need to chill out. You was wrong.
Yeah, man. At least that's what my mouth say. When it come down, I'll be right there.
But you there. Okay, good.
He said, I'll be there in spirit.
Nah, I'll be there, man. Trust me. Boys know where I'm from.
Okay.
Trust me.
I thought you were going to say, man, hey, the cow would tell the story how the brave man died, you know.
Man, I'm so excited to talk to you boys, man, because boys don't know, we literally don't talk into the show. Everything is truly fresh. Fresh.
Yeah, super fresh. Fresh off the platter.
Man. All right.
What's your favorite dish, man, coming around the corner, man?
The dress.
Dressing?
Oh, yeah. Where I'm from,
What
the
about
dressing
you,
is
Big
everything.
What's up?
What's your favorite dish, man? What you like? What's your Thanksgiving get down?
Dressing is good, I mean, but damn, so many things. That good ham.
I'm gonna say ham.
Spiral ham. Glazed.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving.
I just wanna run it up.
Man.
I've been really in the field, let up, yeah. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
You can't miss.
Yeah.
I never had mashed potatoes.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with A, yeah, I'm with J, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
The boy said he mixed Nike with designer. What's up, man? Everybody acting like, what's up? Did we win or lose?
What's good?
All right, I already
we
know,
definitely
man.
lost.
Oh, yeah, we definitely lost.
Hey, we holding the L.
Yeah, we definitely lost.
Yeah. So I want to get everybody's thoughts. We go start with you again, Big. Listen, we end with Law. We start with you. That's how I go.
Okay, I like that. Disappointing. I thought we was gonna win this game. I thought the Raiders game would be the uneven game. Thought Cowboys would come in here and show their mettle. A lot of people were talking about, oh man, y'all shouldn't hate on Amari Cooper, and was nobody ever hating on Amari Cooper, but you still had weapons and you felt like you still had a good chance to beat these guys. But it was a disappointment for the offense. 2 of the last 3 weeks, it has not looked good. Running game has been bad, only averaging about 88 yards a game, 3.8 yards a carry. Not really. Only had in the last 4 games only 1 game as a team over 100 yards. That's rearing its ugly head right now. And then Dak Prescott has been off the last 2 or 3 last weeks. And when you combine that with your top guys going out, that's a recipe for not winning. But Cowboys just got to do better, folks. You know what I'm saying? Dak didn't play good, but receivers were dropping balls. Got to clean it up. But the sky is not falling. I mean, I didn't think that. I thought the Cowboys were going to lose at least 4 to 5 games anyway. For real, in my opinion, there was 17 games. I thought they was going to at least lose 4 or 5. So I'm not tripping. And these are AFC games. I'd rather them AFC games than NFC games. So be all right. Cowboys just get together and let's see what happens this Thanksgiving.
No doubt.
Yeah, man. The Cowboys, man, just went up to Kansas City, man, and just overall offensively was flat and didn't execute well. I thought the defense did their part in holding the Kansas City Chiefs, under 25 points. Here's the thing, man. We got 5 consecutive stops at a point in that game, and we came away with only 3 points. And you're not going to do that against any good caliber team, especially in their home stadium. So I think that offensively, we got to be able to bite down and impose our will. And I haven't seen that the past 2 out of 3 games with Denver first, and then now with the Kansas City Chiefs, when we were challenged with a team that played physical, that rushed the passer, and that could cover tight. And I want to see the Cowboys prove themselves and win a tough game against somebody that doesn't lay down and somebody that challenges them. So, the good news is this. Hey, we're a little bit past the halfway point. We got a lot of more football to play, and the Cowboys can prove themselves in the coming weeks with some of the games coming up.
No doubt. Well, when I look into this loss that we had this past week,
I need healing.
You guys get what I'm saying when I say that?
I need healing.
I need some healing. And this is what's going on with the Cowboys. They definitely need that because we had a slew of injuries. And I'm not trying to say that the injuries were the issue of the reason why we lost, but clearly you can see that primarily Dak Prescott didn't have time to step up through his throws, and the receivers couldn't get separation. The only person that caught something was Amari Cooper from the COVID. So everybody else couldn't catch anything. And this is the thing is with this particular team. It seems as if, though, they're trying to figure out this offensive line. The offensive line with the uncertainty of Connor Williams, then they insert Connor McGovern, and of course we've seen the fight between Lyle Collins at right tackle. Should he play right tackle? Should he not play right tackle? And then we see the Terrence Steele, who looked like he was sitting still as the defender ran by him. So they're going to have to fix that out. Hopefully Tyron Smith plays this Thursday, which they said that he will, and we won't see those hiccups. There's a stat line out there for Dak Prescott that he throws with the completion percentage of 73% when Tyron Smith is out there, juxtaposed to 65 to 68% when he's not. So I just think that this game right here heading into Week 12 should be a bounce back and a comeback game for not just Dak Prescott, but for everyone.
Well, I do have to say, it's very obvious who the game changer is. Come on now. I don't feel like playing with none of y'all today.
No.
I don't feel like it, and I'm just going to be honest. Y'all making me sick already because I'm telling you, Amari Cooper is the game changer. It's time to admit it and stop playing, bro.
No,
this is easy.
I can easily say that he went out in the first half, and I can also easily say Dak was not throwing a good ball. He was overthrowing guys. He underthrew CeeDee Lamb on that touchdown. Then he went out right. If he threw it over top of him, it would have been a touchdown. That was great coverage. But he had to throw it over him. He underthrew him. So I get what you're saying. It was a big loss not having Amari Cooper there. But game changer, no. Missing him as a number one receiver, yes.
I like to retract my statement, man, from last week.
Wait.
Wow.
Wait. What are you retracting, Law?
Call me prisoner of the moment, but, man, I'm telling you, man. I just think that they played the Cowboys straight up. You know, there was no coverage being rolled. Of course, I just think that
they were rolling coverage on CD in that first half.
In the first half? And
yes,
what did he do? Him. What did he do with that?
Ooh.
I mean, he got one catch.
For 14 yards, we got what was collective with like 14 yards. I know he got knocked out of the game, right?
So we're saying that if would all the way been different because he'd have changed that game.
Yes, exactly what we said.
What I'm saying here, hold on.
I am not saying that though, because Dak was not throwing the ball great. So you can't be a game changer when your quarterback don't play great in that game.
Let's see. I already checked it out. No big. We not doing that today.
Wait a minute.
We're not doing that. No, see, we not doing that, OC. We not doing this blame stuff today, bro. We not doing it. Because it was about 4 bad throws from Dak.
Right.
But Dak, for the most part, put it on the money. Like, yes, on the interception, it was almost just like Anthony Brown's interception against Philly, where he threw it inside on that fade route versus outside. Bad throw. He missed the throw to Gallup. Bad throw, right? And then it was the interception at the end. That's it. Y'all need to stop it now. Y'all need to stop. Let me explain, because see, I'm explaining why Cooper is the game changer. I'm going to tell you why.
It doesn't matter.
Because Cooper opens it up for everybody, right? Because just with Cooper, just with him playing, that means you automatically going to have CeeDee Lamb versus the third or second team corners, which makes a exponential difference. And that game, they was longer, bigger corners who was doing good at contesting those 50-50 balls. You needed a true route runner that game. They wasn't present. That's why I have to steal your button and give the game changer to CeeDee Lamb.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Cooper. Cooper.
Let's have some fun.
I'm stealing buttons today.
Let's kick it.
I'm stealing buttons.
Yeah, that's what he
No,
gets.
you dropped it,
That's what
baby.
he gets. That's what he gets.
You know around it, man. You know around
right
it.
there.
You see,
Yeah.
you Cedric Wilson it, man. Oh boy.
Yeah, he's
Ooh, did the drops get on me?
You dropped it, man. So Big Game James, it's back in Big Game James' favor now. I say, oh boy, finna dunk it. He finna go. Hey, Big Game James. You know when you first dunking the ball, anybody can one hand dunk it, but he came with the two hands, Big Game James. He had the two hands. He tried to do it with the two hands, and the rim rejected him.
Wait. Did I get rejected? Did I say, no, we not going to, no. This is what we not going to do, Long. We not going to let us slip, misinterpret exactly what I was saying. The whole soliloquy was the fact that.
You tried to lie, boss, and the truth came out.
Whoa!
So we understand what the real truth is here, that CeeDee Lamb is the freaking game.
Man, y'all boys.
No shade on Dak Prescott.
I'm sick of this.
Man, listen, this team goes as Dak Prescott goes. Dak had a below average completion percentage in this football game. He did not play well. Juxtaposed to that, Kellen Moore, I think, struggled versus a veteran play caller on the defensive side of the ball in Spagnuolo. And we've seen this happen versus the Denver Broncos when he had an O'Reilly veteran, tough-nosed defensive coach, and he struggled to get them into some right plays and to capitalize on some matchups that he could have taken advantage of, especially with the 8 and 9 man pressure in the box. So what I like to see is improvement and better game preparation and better second half adjustments, which we did not get in the Denver game, nor did we get in this game when we were down in the football game. That's what we need to see this coming week.
Can I interject with this right quick? Just and Boss Cowboy, this is me speaking glowingly of CD Lamb, but actually, here's the situation. Should he played inside the slot and kick Michael Gallup on the outside primarily? Because I think that the mismatch would have been there. You would have got him the ball comfortable with shorter area and to work with, even though they load in the box with 8 and 9-man fronts. Would that been a better outcome? And, of course, I think that Michael Gallup can live on the outside, and I think that the moment was just too big for Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson. Normally, those boys get off after CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper make a few splash plays, right? So could that be a situation whereas in this type of game plan against Spags defense, they could have just inserted Lamb inside for this particular game, let him work the middle, let him work in some of those short area and short intermediate routes so that he can get comfortable and then work him on the outside. Do you guys feel like that could have been a solution there? Or even run the ball for crying out loud. But what you got on that big game, James, in the OC?
Go ahead, Big, or you want me to go first?
Your mic off.
Okay. Your mic off, Big. I got you. So look, I mean, here's the deal. When you motion CeeDee Lamb, you eliminate the opportunity to press coverage him, and you minimize bracket coverage because you can run him underneath with quick out routes, okay? And they ran a couple quick out routes or one routes, right? You also can hit him on some hitches and some curl routes. So you minimize that deep cover 2 shell when you motion him. Okay, number one. Number two, if you line them up in trips, and we ran this too, we ran like trips left formation a couple different times. Yes, you can run off the defensive backs and run underneath with CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup. We did not do that. We also did not go to the screen game. These guys were aggressive with Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu coming down in the box to cover Schultz, right? We could have banged him up with leaking out a couple offensive linemen because he was up there right by the line of scrimmage. His knee was not 100% healthy and worked the screen game left and right. So there were several things that we could have done in this football game from a play calling perspective based on formation and alignment to take advantage of them, which we didn't do.
No doubt.
Yeah, man, but hey, Big, come out and come back again. That usually fix everything. I don't know why, but that always works.
Hey, the OC, they tried to work Schultz on that wheel route, and then the Honey Badger was on him like a cheap suit.
Yeah, he was. Hey, and Law, he even did the finger wave on it. Yeah, he did, bro. He gave I saw that, Law. I saw that. Well, I'm going to just say this also. I feel like the offense, all of them let us down. All right? I think the whole offense let us down. Also started with Kellen Moore. I got you, Big. You back. Kellen Moore, starting with him. I think it started with him being too pass happy. Like, they tried to cover him. They did. They tried to cover him and say that they had an idea that, and they said that Kansas City took it away. No, he abandoned it. He was very pass happy at the very beginning of this game, and it didn't make sense to attack Kansas City that way. It didn't. So, and it didn't make sense for a lot of reasons. Number one of the main reasons it didn't make sense is because what Law said, in my opinion. Law said something key. Law said that we was playing musical chairs with the offensive line. When you have an offensive line that you're playing musical chairs with, one of the best ways to get their confidence up is to run the ball. Yep. One of the best ways to get rid of the pregame jitters and all that kind of stuff. You got New McGovern, you got New Steele at left tackle, and you have Lael still trying to get himself in playing shape. All three happened at the same time. That's exactly what Law said. And we came out and said, we want you guys on an island. So from that, I think it put us out of rhythm. I think it had us starting with low confidence, and we was playing right into Kansas City's hand. And Now you got those guys trying to hear in a crowd, right? A silent snap count. Like everything was against them, and it started to me with play calling. I think that's the first person to look at. And this is the good news, though, everybody, in my opinion. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. From the sound of it, Mike McCarthy is going to obviously reel him back in. I keep hearing that. They not throwing him under the bus, but they are alluding that we should have stuck to a more run attack against Kansas City, especially.
Yeah, I think
So
that
what
Kellen
kind of? Go ahead.
Go ahead, Big.
Jose.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say. So I see what you're saying about abandoning the run game, but once again, man, you had a lot of drops in that game. I know you abandoned the run game, but if you have don't have those drops, man, we're right there in their territory, and these are big drops. These aren't drops on first down. These are drops on third down. And these are money plays that you're dropping on. Cedric Wilson had two big drops, the one over the middle. Gallup had the one drop. I know it was tough because right when he caught it, guy hit, he dropped it. I mean, but those guys got to make those plays. And like I said, those drops were in critical spots when the Cowboys needed them the most. I think where Kellen more frustrated me was where he got kind of predictable with that first down run. I kind of didn't like that. I did want him to kind of go out the pass and get Tony Pollard involved more. That's what frustrated with me was they kept on saying not only Pollard being to play receiver and playing receiver when guys were out, when they were nursing injuries, they were throwing Tony Pollard in there. I think that was an opportune time to get him out in that slot receiver or some kind of form, because if you ain't getting able to run the ball, then you got to get him in the ball, because it looked like whenever he got the ball, he was able to have the juice and to make some plays. And I think they should have did that more as well.
No doubt, no doubt. Jaron Reed was a off-season acquisition for the Chiefs, and when they did that, I was like, yeah, they're reinforcing the interior. And Christopher Jones, y'all all know his name. He was just moving everything out the way. And for some strange reason, did you guys watch the tape multiple times that we were running into the teeth of the defense? And I get it, this was actually Tyler Biada's best game, but on paper that's good and all as far as his stat wise, but you just can't go run into the teeth of the defense like that. You got to bounce it to the outside. You got to draw up some plays that can get these guys on the edge there. And that's why when you look at Tony Pollard, he was averaging 7.1 yards per carry. And, of course, Ezekiel Elliott, who got banged up in that game, I think it was right at 3.6 per carry or per rush or what have you. And I just look at it like this. The running game is a patience man game. I was doing the play-by-play, and I had to call in, and Coach Marv, he said, look, the Cowboys are doing a good job, pretty much. They're doing a good job, but they just got to slow it down. Sometimes when you're on the offense side of the ball, you may look at it and say, man, I want to get these 15, these 20-yard plays. But what all you actually need is 4. You just need 4 yards. Sometimes you need 3. Sometimes you got to be stubborn enough, even if it's first down and you only get 2 yards, run that sucker again on second down. Patience.
Well, I say this. Go ahead, OC.
No, I wasn't about to say anything, boss. You go ahead.
Well, was it you, Big?
What?
Okay. Well, I say this. If our offense was on, we win that game, bro. Because defense, man.
Michael Parsons. Don't even say defense. Just say Michael Parsons.
I got to say defense, bro.
I feel you, but say Michael Parsons, dog.
Yeah.
He was our defense that game. He was RD. That was LT-ish. Little bit-ish. I don't care. I'm keep on saying it. I'm going to say it to the cows cry. I know we ain't supposed to do the comparisons or nothing like that, but that was my all-time favorite player, dog. When I watched a lot of football, and it's just me. I ain't saying it for nobody else. Did we talk about game changers? That's the true game changer right there. That's the true game changer, because he kept our defense in it. He was and he brings, fellas, he just brings everybody's element of their game up. When he starts getting on fire, that defense just starts getting on fire and just starts playing crazy. So this Michael Parsons, man, and I think the thing I keep thinking about, and he was in that Denver game, he's playing linebacker. think he had like 10 tackles. That's when they had those 2.5 sacks. So he's nasty at linebacker too, man. But when they get Gregory back, when they get Lawrence back, that's gonna be a good problem to have, because I really want to see him staying on that edge, dog. They blitzed him like about 62 times already. He's leading the team in pressures. I mean, you see him leading in sacks. Dude can get about 12 sacks this year, maybe 13.
Well,
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game, James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time, man. Let's kick it.
well, Big, I'm better, Big. So I ain't gonna leave. Big, I got your back. So I'm gonna say something. Barring injury or off the field bad decisions. Let me say this again. Barring injury or off the field bad decisions.
That's me knocking
Michael
on wood.
Parsons, he will end up being an all-time great. That's the that we look at. I'm telling you, you heard it here first. That's the caliber of player you're looking at. And I'll do you one better, Big. He's not a 12 sack guy.
Give it.
He's a 15, 16 sack guy.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Basic. You see what I'm saying? If you
Yeah, I
rush
agree.
him on the now, here's the thing that makes him LT-ish. Because LT did play linebacker younger in his career. So they played him off the ball and in coverage in some situations younger in his career. Now, as he matured, they just primarily used him as a defensive end as he aged and he gained a little bit of weight. But I'm telling you, Micah Parsons has more range than LT ever had, going side to side. And here's the thing. Micah Parsons don't even really have any pass rush moves right now. He's trying to work in the spin. Mostly what he does is an up the field speed rush, a hand slap with a slight dip. It's not even a good dip. It's not even good technically, but he's so athletic and so ferocious and tenacious, he's still making plays like a wild animal. I love it. Love it.
Hey, I'm gonna say this. With Micah being, I'm gonna have to say he got some pass rush moves in my opinion. Dog, that Kansas City game, dog, them hands and that rip under move, dog. I wasn't seeing, like, I don't see guys coming in doing that and his hands stay active. Like, he knows how to have them offensive linemen don't be touching him. Like, he's active with his hands. Like, he knows so many things at a young age. He's smart. He plays smart. He doesn't get dumb penalties on the field. Like, that is the type of dude that is just like totally different. And dog, y'all, I remember, we loved DeMarcus Ware and those guys, but dog, the way he changes the whole game plan, especially when you can put him near the line of scrimmage, man, I'm just like, I can't wait till we get these other guys back. But I want to say this one thing that hurts us is Jabril Cox is now keeps popping in my head, because I talked about Keanu Neal today. And I just feel like he's been a disappointment, and it hurts because when you want to rush a Michael Parsons, right? When you already got D-Law down and you already got a Randy Gregory down, and you already know you got to rush Micah. He got to get after that rusher because Armstrong and a Basham, you ain't got confidence in those guys. They're going to get back there every time, but Micah is. But when you got them linebackers like Neal and LV being so-so, but Neal especially, this is the guy you brought over who you knew, he is still getting cooked in coverage. I think he's like 16 or 15 in pass completions on him. He's not making any kind of impact plays. And it really hurts because that loses your effectiveness on the defense. And Micah's going to get tired. Somebody else got to step up. And Neal is a person, in my opinion, he's got to step up in this second half of the season big time.
Yeah, it's a big situation for Neal to really step it up. But speaking of Parsons, man, he can go either way. It's like if you go get another one tech, a real true one tech, I'm talking about a real good one, and maybe match it up with another inside linebacker or something like that, you legitimately got Ray Lewis out there. Or if you want to keep him close to the LOS and you play a different style of defense, you got a D Ware / Von Miller type of guy. So his career can go either way, and that's just what he brings to the table. Now, I see a lot of people saying LT, but LT is LT, right? And I think that he can get those type of things, change the game, change the flow of everything. But I just hope the Cowboys do the right thing and figure this out. I know people waiting on Big Bo to step it up or somebody else to step it up as far as that one tech. But can you imagine if we had a Chris Jones type in the interior. I like what Osa is doing.
Or Vita Vea.
Yeah. Or Vita Vea, somebody that can create pressure from the interior and let this kid fly. Oh my goodness, man, it would be crazy.
He definitely. If he was free like that, dog, like you were saying, OC, he's getting those 12 to 15 sacks on a regular basis at that peak performance because he's only 22 years old. And what's so crazy to me about this, fellas?
What's that?
He didn't even play college ball the year before because of the COVID. He sat out. So the dude only played like 2 years, sat out 1 whole year, and then came in doing this. He ain't even tapped it, dog. And like I said, he just raises our defense. That's why the defense stayed in this game. He was creating pressure. Now, bouncing off you, Law, when you're talking about Osa. Osa, nice, but it looks like he kind of tailed off a little bit. Yeah. But it just seems like Micah has gotten stronger and stronger as the years go on. And you just heard him say, I hear all about this rookie wall.
Right.
I want to get past that and see what's beyond it. That's who you want, dog. I mean, and one last thing about Micah Parsons, me and you talked about this, boss, even before he played it down, even before training camp. I said when he made that picture, he really loves the Cowboys. How many times we hear players, I was a Cowboy fan growing up, but this dude was a Cowboys fan. It's real. So it's super, super personal to him, I believe, and he embraces this, and I think that's what you want when you're the Dak Prescott of the defense.
Hey, a lot of people saying, what happened to Osa? You know that rookie wall you were talking about, Big Game James? he hit that rookie wall. But this guy right here.
Hey, man. Was that from the Ghostbusters?
Oh man, no, that's the lion right there, man. That lion, he bust through that wall. You know, that's the lion mating.
My bad, that's the wrong button.
Yeah. That's a lion, dog. You're that lion ground, boy.
And that was right when I put that Penn State on that boy, man. All right, listen. I got something to say about Mr. Michael Parsons.
Talk to me, man.
All right. Because it's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. Okay. I hope y'all ready for some measured Kool-Aid. Here it come. Burr 24 said he better than D-Law.
Wait a minute.
He been better than D-Law.
Wait, one more. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. God, dog. Do y'all?
Only thing I'm gonna say, D-Law.
Hold on.
No, only way I'm gonna say D-Law is a little better is that run game. He's good in that. He's great in that run game. He sets that edge. But if we're talking about all-around player, difference maker, yes.
Two different players.
Ain't no shade to no daggone D-Law. He is the best player on that defense.
Listen, this is what I want to say about Michael Parsons. To even say this, he better than D-Law with a straight face, is saying a lot. Because to have 9 sacks as a part-time pass rush, I dare somebody go back and look at Tank as a rookie. Look at Tank as a second-year player. You didn't see the 12 years Tank was a top-paid defensive end. This is a part-time rookie doing what it took 3-year Tank to do. So, this is a couple of things I take away from Michael Parsons. First of all, we got to go ahead and admit that what he's doing as a pass rusher is beyond epic. It's beyond epic. And I do understand the temptation for him playing linebacker. Some games is smart.
Right.
Some games is extremely smart. Versus Minnesota, it's smart. But when we going against passing teams, my man need to get after the quarterback. I'm sorry. And then next year, go find another linebacker to plug holes. You would not find somebody that can get out the quarterbacks like this man. You won't.
Hey, so listen, real quick, hey, if you guys like this content, do not forget to like and subscribe to Big Game James, Law Nation, and Boss Cowboy Sports. Like, share, and subscribe to content. Quick word on Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is number 3 in the NFL, not amongst rookies, amongst all pass rushers in terms of pressure and sack percentage versus the amount of rushes of the quarterback he gets. The only two players in the NFL that are better than Micah Parsons this year are Myles Garrett and TJ Watt. Myles Garrett leads the NFL with 13 sacks.
Yeah.
TJ Watt is second in the NFL with around 9 or 10 sacks. All right. 12 and a half sacks. I apologize. 12 and a half sacks this year. So Micah Parsons has 9 sacks, putting him in the top 7 of sack leaders this year in the NFL.
Hey, big. This is a question for you. I didn't mean to cut you off, OC.
All good.
Okay, because I'm pretty sure you know this. My boy Big, he the stat king. So is Micah getting better pressure than Randy?
He's leading the team in pressures overall. And I think Randy Gregory was right behind him. Then it was Osa. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Even when you watch Randy Gregory, we know about Randy Gregory, that damn bend and phenomenal. Yeah, we know about Randy Gregory, so I ain't taking that. But, dog, I mean, I ain't even trying to, but, dog, even when you watch Randy, he get off that edge, but I don't know. I don't know what it is, man.
No, you said it right, bro.
Y'all seen a lot of football, right?
Yes.
I've seen a lot of football. Y'all play football.
Yes.
That is different what we're watching.
Yes.
It's
different,
different, dog. It's different. That's why you want to just it's so hard for me to watch the defense sometimes, fellas, because I'm always want to see what he gonna do. You feel me? Like,
yes.
Big, I'm going to tell you what you see. I'm going to tell you the difference. You see a superior, athletic, long, and a real sexy-looking athlete, right? When you see Randy Gregory, a guy that can get there, and because of his athleticism, he's going to get a lot of pressures and be in the mix in a lot of plays. The difference is when you watch Micah Parsons, you see a guy that closes hard to the quarterback. He gets faster the closest he gets to you. We call that closing speed. So his closing speed to get there and the way he finishes his pass rush is at a more physical and faster level, man. And I think that's the difference in the sack total right there.
Yeah, and I want to add to that because I love when Big say that damn bend.
he got that damn bend, dog.
But it's one thing I add. It's the burst off that bend that you see with Micah. It's when Micah bend, you see a burst, and that burst is crazy. Like when he turned that corner, it's when he cool.
It's like when he sees it. It's like once he sees you, he gets around there, it's over.
Yeah.
Like OC just said, he eats up that space so quickly. And I remember the first time I watched the dude, everybody was, people were talking about him. Remember Boss, when we was doing the draft and everything?
Yeah.
And I hadn't even really watched him like that. Like, I heard about him. I seen him briefly in the Ohio State game. I'm like, dog, why they keep talking about this dude? And then I just sat down and watched him in the Rutgers game. And, dog, I seen a couple of them plays where the quarterback went to the outs and he just ran him down and said, oh, my God, get him, please. I don't care about coverage. I don't care about nothing. Figure it out with him. Ooh. That's one of those dudes where you don't care. I don't care if you ain't great in coverage. We just figure it out. You just too damn good. We just figure it out. And that's what they're doing, dog. Like I said, they blitzed him like 62 times. And next closest person I think is Curse at 20. Well, he knows he's got a weapon. He knows he's got an animal, but he's got to get that help to keep him fresh too, because it's coming all on him. You feel me? Y'all feel me? Like it's coming all on him now to make them plays because those other guys aren't making those plays like he is. We need to get D-Law and Gregory back, and I'm hoping that happens. We're feeling like Gregory is coming back against the Saints. We're hoping that maybe D-Law can slide in there because that's going to make Micah even nastier.
Yeah, but let me ask y'all this, and don't crucify me, Cowboy Nation. We seen this storyline happen before, right? Player explosive, have these good type of moments, and I want this to happen for him. But now we talking about contract year, right? Randy Gregory. So what do you do when the contract expired? Do you re-sign him? Do you say to yourself, okay, we're going to see what you can do Now that we give you money, we seen that what happened with D-Law. We gave him some money after he had 2 back-to-back seasons of excellence. So we seen that we let a guy go out of Robert Quinn because a lot of people thought that he was washed, right? But if you quietly go over there and look at Robert Quinn's stats now, you see that he's a double-digit sack guy, and he can probably get you 14 sacks by the end of this season before it's over with. So let me know how you guys feel about that. Should we move on from Randy Gregory, or should we find money somewhere under the couch and pay Randy Gregory, or are we okay with just trying to make this thing out and shape it out another way? Did you guys know that Robert Quinn got double-digit sacks, by the way?
Yes, I did. He's top
This
5
year?
in the league. Yep, top 5 for the Bears.
Yeah.
Yep, got 10 sacks.
Let's
a
see how
year.
he does with Khalil Mack out being out, though.
Yeah, man. I mean, when you talk about Randy Gregory, man, you talk about a guy who doesn't have a lot of tread on his tire. You talk about a guy that, has, calf foot type deal going on. He doesn't scare me nearly as much as a guy that's had back issues, right? And so if it were me, in hindsight being 2020, I know the market demanded that you pay D-Law a lot of money, but I think that you're more cautious with injuries like that. I think that this is a wait and see type situation because you got some young, promising defensive linemen that have played pretty well. So what you do with a Randy Gregory, and you don't tell Randy Gregory this, but this is what you do.
What you do?
You make Randy Gregory prove it. You make him prove it. You make him prove it, Law. You make him come out here and have a fantastic rest of the year in playoff, and then you look at what you got and you evaluate the best way to spend money in this offseason. That's my opinion. I'm not all in on Randy Gregory. I'm on a wait and see approach with him.
So you're trying to say do the D-Law plan where D-Law had to prove it, right?
Yep.
Franchise
Yep.
tag.
Make him.
I say pay him. Pay him now.
That would be risky, but that'll be cheap too, though, right? You go ahead and pay him because you know what?
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why you should pay him now, because you still have leverage, Dallas. Go ahead and bet on his upside. He's an older player with young tread, and the biggest thing that you said, OC, is why you should pay him. No surgeries. See, when you pay Tank, the reason why they put that franchise tag on him, because of his injury history. You really don't have that with Randy. Randy is ready to go. Randy is already in his grown man body, and he didn't have to take a bunch of licks to get there. And because he missing a few games, he likely go come in team friendly. I don't think they should play no tag games with him at all. I think you should pay him. Pay him now.
Pay the man. What
And
about you, big game?
at the expense of others. Shoot, you pay for pass rushes. I'm sorry, you got to pay the man.
I
But
feel
has
like
he done? Well, I'm gonna push back real quick. Not to cut you off, Big. Has he done?
Hold on, before
enough?
you push back, you make sure you ready, Cletus. Cletus, you make sure you ready for this, cause you saying you want to push back. Well, let's see it. Let's see this pushback that you say you got.
Hey man, look, Roach Motel, you check in, but you won't check out.
Damn.
Listen, man has played less than 10 games, okay?
Oh my
He's
God.
missed all of last year,
Oh,
right? He
God.
had
Uh-oh.
flash in the pan with sacks the year previous.
Oh,
and my humble
God.
opinion, man has not done enough to warrant a mega contract. Yes,
Oh,
if he's
God.
very team friendly. Here's my if he's very team friendly, yeah, you sign him now, but you're not signing this man to no $15 to $17 million contract, maybe 12 to 13 million a year.
Oh,
if he'll
my.
do that. But my contention
12?
is he wants to get Tank Lawrence money. He wants to get mega dollars. He's looking at Tank Lawrence's contract and say, hey, man, I got more upside than him. I'm younger. Pay me like you paid Tank. And to me, that's a problem after less than 10 games, and this man is not to double-digit sacks right now.
Well, you know what? We got Baby Nuts Jones, so I ain't worried about none of that. You get what I'm saying? Because Baby Nuts Jones don't play them games. One thing I'll give you some Baby Nuts Jones big-time props is he know how to work that cap, and he ain't throwing out money for anybody. We should have seen how he played with Dak, so I don't even think he's going to come out there and just give no Randy Gregory no mega money. I feel like he made this tag him because that's how Dallas works now. You're going to have to squeeze that money out of Stephen Jones. And just because Randy has done this and that, like you have said, OC, he hasn't been on the field a lot. And I would think Randy Gregory will look at it like maybe he doesn't get that. He might be looking at a payday, but he also hasn't been with anybody else, and he's had those mental issues that have went on, right? He hasn't been with another organization. That's been a safe haven maybe from him from Dallas. So maybe you don't want to step out and play with nobody else because maybe that's a different type of scene now. Then you have your safe haven with Dallas. So maybe that plays into a part with the dealings of the contract as well. So we'll see because remember, Cowboys hung on to him this whole time. They'll probably be thinking, we kept you this whole time, dog. We ain't just throwing that money out. You work with us, too.
Ooh, Big Game James, but you got a problem, though. You got three guys that you got to do that to. You got Gallup, Schultz, and then you got Gregory. Who? And
You know Gallup ain't coming back.
So Gallup, he's gone.
I mean, and then Schultz, I say, we had talked about this earlier with a Blake Jarwin. If that, what's his name? McKinnon? What's his name? The kid from Michigan or
Sean.
McKeon?
Yeah.
If he turn up a little bit, and I think he's got some good pass rushing abilities, he can show some blocking. I love the Blake Jarwin thing, but guess what? Dalton Schultz is the better tight end, and Blake Jarwin got a contract that ain't big. So if you're talking about a person that might get re-signed, if you're gonna re-sign the Schultz, they're gonna probably have to deal Jarwin because you ain't gonna pay no Schultz and Jarwin money. You feel me? So I don't think Dorrance Armstrong Jr. What kind of contract it's gonna be? It's gonna be low, LVE low. You feel me? They're gonna get low contracts. They're not gonna get high dollar contracts. None of them except maybe Dalton Schultz.
So with that, do you think that the Jones family will allow Randy to test the market and see what he can get before they do something, or they just going ahead and slap him?
If they can tag him, I think they will. Because who else would they tag? I don't think they're gonna slap the tag on anybody else. I really don't.
Oh yeah, somebody said LVE gone, dog. He gone.
Yeah.
Unless
whole
he's
class
not
is
a
gone,
team
really?
friendly, unless he's we've seen it happen before.
I don't think he's going to do that because he's a good enough linebacker. Even though we all say he's trash, he's young, he's 25 years old, he's still good athletic. A team will look at that and say, yeah, y'all, he might not play with y'all good, but he'll play with us good. And they'll throw some money out to him. So, yeah, Dallas, I think this is the last of LVE and all those guys except maybe Schultz, depending on what they're going to do with Blake Jarwin.
So, one thing I'm pretty sure everybody want to know right now: how in the world do we beat the Raiders?
Well, Raiders are an average football team. They're 5-5. So the answer to that question is it depends on what Dallas Cowboy team shows up. Are we going to have the ultra motivated team, right, that played last week and just kicked the snot out of a below average Atlanta Falcons team? Or are we going to have a team that doesn't quite answer the bell? So to me, it depends on what team shows up. Listen, Derek Carr is a pretty good quarterback, man. They got some pieces there. So you got to play him really, really even in terms of, hey, the coverages have to be there. They got a couple good pieces that can make plays. They got a decent offensive line. I think that pressure is the word of the day with him. Pressure him. He's going to throw the ball away or either make bad decisions. I think offensively speaking, we got to be just determined to impose our will and actually play strong at the point of attack with the front that the Raiders have, and also just mix up the play calling. If Kellen Moore is sharp, he's mentally engaged in prep, and they stay on him like McCarthy said and make sure he doesn't abandon the run, we work best when our offense is set up off of play action. Dak actually works best and gets the most open receivers when we work off the play action pass. And if we do that in this game, we walk away with the dub.
Now, let me ask you this, though, the OC and everybody. And I know stats are for losers and rankings and all of that. Do you know which ranked defense Raiders are juxtaposed to the Kansas City Chiefs ranked defense?
They're low on the totem pole, man.
They're 12th ranked defense, and Kansas City Chiefs were the 18th or 19th ranked defense, respectfully. We had problems against the Kansas City Chiefs defense. I'm not sitting here saying that, hey, I'm nervous about the Raiders, by the way, but it's any given day as it relates to football, and they got playmakers on the defensive side of the coin, and anything can happen. They got the 12th ranked defense, by the way.
Well, you know what though, Law?
Talk to
I,
me.
I feel good if Tyron Smith is playing because I think the Kansas City Chiefs, and I said this, I was just looking at it toward, especially toward the second half.
Hmm.
When you had Terrence Steele really going to the left side, really young career over on the left side, getting not a lot of starts on that left side, and then you have Connor McGovern. It was his first start at left guard ever in the NFL because he played all right guard last year. This was his first start at left guard. The Chiefs saw that. They're not stupid. Oh, you got young Terrence Steele. You got a young Connor McGovern. You just took Connor Williams out. Okay, let's attack it. So that's why they were moving Jones over there. They were moving Clark, and they were stunting at them because they weren't catching it every time. And that's what you do. You got to be smart. So I think it helps big time that Tyron Smith is there because I like to see a Tyron Smith play next to a Connor McGovern. I think that settled down Connor McGovern now because it's hard for Connor McGovern to settle down when Terrence Steele ain't really settled down. You feel me? That's where
Right.
the unsettling of the offensive line comes. So when you get a Tyron Smith back, I believe that settles down in McGovern. I see you McGovern play better this game, and it's just like you said, Law. I think Crosby got like 5 sacks, and Dooku and Joku, he's
Yeah.
got 7. In the middle, Jefferson has 3 in the interior, and he's going to be, I believe, right over Connor McGovern as well. So that even though they don't have, you know, great players like as far as linebackers things, I think that front's pretty good, and so that's going to be a good thing for Dallas. But the biggest thing that I think Dallas needs to do when they see those losses against the Broncos and against the Chiefs, the physicality. Remember, fellas, we talked about this weeks ago about the physicality of the offensive line. When teams get physical with Dallas up front, that's where the problem lies. And then that's when you can't run the ball. You can't do anything because those teams are pushing the offensive line around, and that can't happen. Dallas has to be physical, and they have to make that point every single game.
And check out my guy Casey Hayward over there, man. Check out him. Pass rating when allowed. You know when you throw the ball his way. He don't got no interceptions though, but check him out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
No, you said Casey Howard. What about Nate Hobbs? To your point, D Law, and thanks for the correction on that. Nate Hobbs is not a bad cornerback as well, and they got another edge rusher. So here again, real quick before you go, Boss Cowboy, they got some guys that can cover. They got a solid secondary, and they got some guys that can rush the passer. What we've seen the last 2 out of 3 weeks is that's the recipe to beat the Cowboys. So it'll be interesting how we respond.
Hmm.
yeah, and I actually think we go whoop the Raiders. I think we gonna have a happy Thanksgiving because I think it's gonna be another one of those rebound games for Dallas because all that happened is that our offense played bad. I don't think that's gonna happen twice. I just don't think that's gonna happen. You know, twice a year is good enough. I don't see us having a back to back bad offensive game. And I think that's why we go run the Raiders out of town. I think this one we go win by two touchdowns.
Oh
You
boy.
know, I think they going yeah. I think they going from LA to Central
Hmm.
and it's gonna affect their clock. I think it's a whole lot of reasons why I think we're getting ready to walk away with this one. Now, one thing that's concerning is that they do commit to the run. We do have to stop the run. But if we stop the run and that defense played like they played against Kansas City, man, we finna walk away with this Raiders. Our offense is
All
not
right.
gonna play bad twice.
Oh no,
All
man.
right.
I
Well,
ain't for. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, OC.
No, go ahead. Go ahead, Big. You got it.
I was just gonna say, man, I'm listen, I don't, I'm not mad at Dak or nothing like that, but I do think it's a little concerning with this play the last 2 or 3 weeks, 2 of the last 3 weeks. And I did make a post I said where, I've been noticing he's just been inaccurate with the long ball. And I think that's where the defenses are challenging them, not just with our guys being out. They're challenging them like, let's see if you can make these throws one on one because that's what Vic Fangio had kind of led to that. All right, let's see if Dak Prescott can beat us. We ain't gonna let them run game. We're gonna let's see if he can. I think when you said the Falcons tried to do that recipe, they didn't have the players to do it. And now you had a defense that was pretty stout in that middle, and I feel like Dak has to still complete those passes. I think he's like 34% right now with passes over 20 yards, 20 yards plus, and some of those are money passes. Now, I mean, we saw the first pass out there to Gallup. If he passes to him, he catches that. Could be a whole different ball game, right, fellas? I'm
Hmm.
not putting this on Dak or nothing like that. I love him. But he still got to play better, and he's gonna have to play better this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, but to your point, big man, no shade on Dak at all. The issue with Dak is that, and this is what I've seen, and this was a part of the questions that people have had about Dak before he got the contract. And Dak needs to invalidate this. Can Dak make the long passes in tight windows? Right. So the elite of the league can put the ball on quarterback on the receiver in tight coverage in a small window. And so Dak hadn't been good on the touch passes and making those tight passes when the receiver is covered pretty well by the defender. He can throw it and hit you pretty much if you're open, but man, they're challenging Dak now because we're playing against some good corners on can Dak Prescott make the tight coverage throws. And that's what Dak is going to have to do some in this game versus these cornerbacks and the safety they got over there, which is not a bad safety at all, too.
Yeah, so this will be a game of the receivers. I just hope that if we do start or decide to run the ball, that we stick to it and then we can play out the play actions. But this will be a game of the receivers. The stage, the bright lights will be on them boys. And hopefully Noah Brown and Cedric Wilson, they got some stickums on those gloves and they can catch the ball this time around. It's 50-50 whether or not CD Lamb will play from what I'm hearing. But it may seem as if though he may not play this game, may not suit up. So it's going to be a game where the underdogs, as it relates to those wide receivers, just got to step up.
Real quick, I just got a super chat, and I apologize. Something going on with the stream, and we can't feed in the comments right now. But I'm looking at the super chat, and somebody said, Dara Steele said with $5 super chat, if any one of you say Collins is a better right tackle than Steele, I can't follow you no more. Well, I will take that and say you won't hear that from me because I've done major film analysis between the two. And this is what's going on. Jerry and Steven, if they decide to leave Lael at right tackle, they're betting on a resurgence of him to 2019 levels. But there's no film currently, as of yet, that's saying that any one of Collins' games was better than any one of Steele's games at right tackle. It's just not true. In pass pro or against the run, no games as of yet Leia has played that is not one at right tackle that's as good as any one of Terrence Steele based on my film evaluation, and I'm certain I'm right on that. I'm certain. To me, they not even close. But if Collins continue to improve, maybe he get there. But as of yet, not the case.
I mean, this is the point right here at Cowboy Nation. I just want you guys to stop thinking about who's better. You don't go forever saying better this and better that. Hey, it's a front five. All of those guys got to be on the same page. We do know this of what Boss Cowboy is saying, and of course the OC. Terrence Steele plays better at right tackle, juxtaposed to him playing at left. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get that out of our mindset. And I think that also the Cowboys, they are rolling out this right here. Tyron Smith at left tackle, right? Connor McGovern, he's going to be the starting left guard. Tyler Biada's going to be the center. And then they're going to have Zach Martin and Lyle Collins out there. So now you can paint all the type of pictures you want. But this game, Lyle Collins, you better show up. That's all I'm saying. You better show up.
Yeah, he got to show up this game. He
now.
go get tested this game too. Law, he will be tested. See, because we saw still tested with Bosa and Hunt and old boy from New England. I can't remember his name ever, but he got this weird name. I can't remember his name.
Judon.
But yeah, Judon.
No.
We saw the test.
Yeah.
And my man still passed them tests with aces, period. So we're getting ready to see a real test on my boy Collins.
You know what, fellas? I seen one play. I think it's the sack where Chris Jones got the sack on him, and he went outside and dipped inside. It was like Leo Collins couldn't even move. Like, that's what the thing I looked at more than anything. Not him just getting beat. It was like he couldn't even turn.
Yep.
It was just like, you just put your hands out and just I can't turn.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I know exactly the play you're talking about.
And I ain't hating. I just saw
Yep.
it and I said, "Whoa!" And I'm not jumping on no bandwagons, anything, jumping on the crowd. I'm just saying that one play stood out in my head more than anything about him on any play was when he went past him. When he turned, it was like he couldn't move even if he tried.
And
this I know exactly the play you're talking about.
This is what I got to say, Cowboy Nation. I know we use PFF, right? Everybody look at it, but we also evaluate with our own eyes. We look at the game. But if you pull up the score for PFF and you look at all of the offensive linemen's grade, you look at Lyle Collins, that joker got a 94 something as it relates to his run blocking. He barely at 60-something with his pass pro. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody else, is kind of like close between the run and pass. But it's amazing to me that at tackle, he's that high. He's on the edge. Put that big boy inside. Let's go. You know what I'm saying? I mean, let's go. Let's put Terrence Steele. Look, I get it. We all like Connor McGovern. I like him at the fullback situation. But let's stop playing around with our food, and let's just put Terrence Steele at right tackle, Zach Martin at right guard, and Tyler Biotis at center, Lyle Collins at guard, and then you have Tyron Smith at left tackle. And let's get it out of the way. Stop playing the political. Stop being scared. You call him Baby Nuts Jones, Big Game James. Well, look. Pull out the big nuts and just go ahead and go with this thing. And then you want to run this thing, you put Connor McGovern at fullback, Power run that thing. Beat the hell out of some teams. You want to get physical? Let's get physical. You got Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh man, hold on.
Let's get physical. Stop playing around with it. Would that be the most physical offensive line for what we got on this team right now?
Yes, it would.
Yeah, you're right, Law, man. And I wanted to wait for everybody to go until I win because, I've been chastised profusely for my viewpoint on this, and that's okay. But listen, guys, I've been saying this for weeks, and here's the reality of it is, to Big's point and his excellent observation. Listen, it's not an issue with La'el Collins going forward. It's an issue with him going side to side and backwards. That's his issue because he got tight hips, his leg strength is not there, his knee bend is not there. So if you talk about bend from a defensive end perspective, you also have to talk about bend from an offensive tackle perspective because he has to also be able to bend and move while he bends to block quick and athletic pass rushes. If he can't bend, that's what he does. He tried to jump set Chris Jones on the play. I'm going to break down the play. I saw it 5 times. He tried to jump set Chris Jones by taking a hard step inside. Chris Jones said, "No, sir, you're not quicker than me. I know you're slow." So Chris Jones bounced to the outside and accelerated up the field and got the sack on Dak Prescott, while La'el Collins stopped his feet, looked around like, "What happened, bro? You weren't supposed to do that to me, man. I'll jump inside. You supposed to stay right here and let me block you real quick." Chris Jones said, "No, sir, you ain't blocking me. I'm taking the C gap and I'm jumping outside and I'm going upfield because I know you go look at me and stop moving your feet and act like you're confused." And that's what happened on that particular play. Now, I'm not trying to jump on La'el Collins, man. I'm just saying what I see. All right. Both of them gave up sacks. Steele and Collins gave up sacks. The difference is that you didn't see Steele get beat clean on one-on-one pass pro besides the holding call that he got on the bull rush. But he didn't get beat clean for a second. He didn't give up that many pressures. You saw Collins from the right tackle position give up several pressures and things that could have been sacks had not the ball came out quick. That's neither here nor there. The issue is that Collins doesn't have the lateral movement. Collins doesn't have that natural knee bend that you need, to your point, Law, to be a really, really good pass rusher from the right tackle position. And it's no shade or hate on his game, but right now, physically, that's just where he is.
Hold on real quick. I just got another super chat. Daryl Steele going off. He said, "We ran the ball better with Steele at right tackle than Collins at right tackle." I'm just saying.
Yeah, true. Because we're starting to run the ball to the left side. Do y'all notice that?
Yes.
We're starting to run the ball behind Steele more.
Yep.
We tried to power running behind Collins, and we really wasn't getting many yards. We're actually starting to run the ball by percentage more to the left side, where Steele is, versus the right side. Just a friendly observation, no shade, just saying.
Yeah, man. All of this stuff is good, Cowboy Nation, and I love the talk track of offensive line and what we can do to make this team better. But ultimately, the coaching staff got to do that, and there's no shade at Connor Williams, who they benched or what have you. And I'm not trying to elevate Connor McGovern, saying he's the best thing since sliced bread, and it is what it is. I got a super chat over here from Cowboy Sports Report. He says Law is real tough to see still in the second year play. He played great this season. He need more experience. He could possibly be the next Big E. And as much as I love Terrence Steele, but I can't put that on that kid, man. Y'all just don't know who Big E was, man. I know you.
Yeah,
probably,
Big E. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And he was not nasty like him at all. Not close.
No, not close.
Not yet.
Close.
Not yet though, boy.
No,
I'm not even going.
E-Dub was like that since them Central State days.
Yeah. Now E-Dub was a monster. Yeah,
but he said
he was
not
out
yet,
there
but
boxing
more
balls.
experience. But hey, look, we not even gonna talk about
Yeah,
Big E, you know?
yeah, Big E. That's a whole nother level right there. But
Because he's just now turning up. That's why we need to slow that. Because remember, when we had this show in the preseason, we was all saying, and I remember that show, we weren't saying this about Terrence Steele, were we?
no, but he earned it though, Big. He the
That's
one
what I'm
changed
saying.
the topic.
Earned it, but he grew into it in a short period of time.
Yeah.
Just like you would say, OC says with Randy Gregory, we wouldn't pay no Randy Gregory money. He ain't been on the field. We ain't seen this. This is a small sample of some Terrence Steele still.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. But I'm gonna tell you what, if you want, and you're not paying him because he's a free agent, right? He got another year to play really, really good before we even talk about a contract. And it's not gonna be a top flight contract for him. It will be a middle of the road contract if you're looking ahead for Terrence Steele, which is why I like him so much, because from a cap friendly perspective and what Stephen Jones likes to do, he's going to be very, very cap friendly. You'll pay him some good money to retain his services, but he's a undrafted free agent. So you're not got to pay this kid top flight dollars. Now, I'm going to tell you how he's looking in his run game, guys. He's looking extremely nasty and Eric Williams like in this run blocking element on how he finishes boys,
Yes.
and how he spears you with his head. I love it. He spears you with his head. He knocks you down on the ground. He's extremely nasty and aggressive in that run blocking, man. So y'all peep him on that.
So you going there? You just gonna go there too, huh? Oh, the OC.
Man, the film said.
I'm not going there.
Oh, he ain't there yet, and I
Okay.
ain't telling you that he's on E's level. But I'm saying he's having some good, very nasty, hedonistic, devilish traits in how he
Yes.
tries to finish boys. He
That's
has
facts.
some when he tries to finish boys in the run game. If you watch his run blocking tape,
Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about.
He got the best film on run blocking
Yeah, I saw
on the whole line. Yeah, like Bars is getting up dizzy after he finishing pancake. He got the best pancakes this year, hands down. He's the best pancake offensive lineman this year, even over Zach Martin. Yeah, and I'm saying what the film say. Yeah, that where he's finishing guys way better. I'm talking about taking manhood away from him. Yeah, still. Yeah, we showed that film many times.
He just turned.
But anyway,
He just turned to Clark Kent on the left tackle side, though.
Yeah,
Brother
he
just stood
did.
like a
No, he
statue.
yeah.
I
And
said, get him off that left side.
He's
Look,
also put at a major disadvantage.
I'm
A lot
banging
of
on the
people don't
table.
explain
I'm
that.
banging on the table for Todd and Sucky at left tackle
Yeah.
at this point. Come on, bring Todd and Sucky. Let me see the Patrick Ewing knees out there, man. Before we see Terrence Steele out there again at left tackle, and he could be
Right.
improving at left tackle. Now that's just me jokingly saying, but he could be improving. But man, it probably take him a whole year before he get right at that left tackle, man.
Yeah,
Leave that
I can see
alone.
that. I can see that. But yeah, final words on the game. I'll say this: going into the Raiders game, I'm honestly not at a panic right now. I've watched Dak be consistent so long. I'm not gonna panic over 2 out of 3 games. I'm just not gonna do that. I saw him really ball out way too much. I think everybody knows the stakes that's on the line. They all know that they're trying to fight for home field advantage at this point. They also know that respect is a major factor. The biggest thing is Dak has a lot of experience on this Thanksgiving game that other quarterbacks like Derek Carr is not going to have. He know how to prepare for a short week. He know how to put this behind him. I think some of the throws that we saw him miss, we gonna saw him connect on Thursday, and it's gonna be like magic. Dak will come out there balling. I don't see 2 bad games from the receivers. I don't. I see the people that we got to be concerned about is the defense, and can they repeat what they have been these last 3 games? Because these last 3 games, they've been on it, except for Denver. But other than that, defense, can you maintain? Because right now, defense is at a playoff level. They are at a championship level because it's not a small thing to hold electric Kansas City to 19 points and come away with the ball 3 times. That's not a small thing. So my final words is no panic from me. I expect a rebound. I expect us to tough it out. And once we get through this week, we're going to start getting a bunch of returns from guys who've been waiting to see, like Tank, like Gallimore. Tristan Hill is hustling and looking like his former self. Even though Osa is having the rookie slump, Tristan Hill is stepping in and he's playing a lot better. So I'm not tripping. I think we go run away with this game Thursday and we go win convincingly. My final words.
So I'm gonna go next on this one. And hey, my final word is this, man. Get back to playing fundamentally physical football from the offensive line perspective. And Kellen Moore, please put us in a situation where we use Tony Pollard and use his speed in multiple formations to run outside and put pressure and stop these fast, good defensive ends from the from the Raiders to rushing upfield and putting pressure on our quarterback. All right. So if we run the ball at these guys and we do some east-west screens, jets, things like that, we're going to keep these guys extremely honest. And listen, on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going to say with Micah Parsons, continue to release the Kraken. Release the Kraken. Let this boy do what he does best and get after the passer. Fun fact for you guys is this. Myles Garrett, TJ Watt, Chase Young, their rookie seasons, they all had less sacks than Micah Parsons has right now. And he
Whoa.
got games left to play. All right? Those are household names. Let the man does what he do best. Defense, keep up the intensity. Hang in there, man. Just hang in there right now until we get some reinforcements back, and we should come out of here with a W.
Okay, nice. 2 good ones. I'm gonna follow back with just this. Offense help the defense out. Offense help the defense out. Because your defense has been playing. It's not a heavy defense. Y'all feel me? It's not a heavy defense. It's an opportunistic defense. We know that. We see this. We was +5 going into this game. Look, they had turnovers in this game. That's what keeps Dallas in the game because they have the type of defense and the speed to create turnovers. And just like you said, release the Kraken. Keep that guy on the edge. Keep him getting after Derek Carr. Because one thing I know that I've heard from other players that when you get hit, when Carr start getting hit, he start getting flustered. So get after him. Let's get him flustered. But offense, you gotta stop dropping the ball, man. Noah Brown, catch it. Cedric Wilson, y'all got to catch it. And to me, Dak, you got to play better. I ain't saying nothing about you. I love you, dog. You still being that MVP in my heart, but you still got to play better, especially in this game, because this is a game where it's needed for the offense to play better, and he's got to be the leader in that. And can we please get Malik Turner on the field more? I know we love Noah Brown, but I want to see some Malik Turner on there, dog. I think he can turn up on the low. That's my final word.
Facts.
Man, Yoga Flame. Get that man one of these.
Fatality.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was Big Game James, boy. You know how he did that? He did that doggone rip the heart out of it. All of the money is on the offensive side, right? And they supposed to do well when all of the money is there. We don't have a lot of money on the defensive side. So what I want, since everybody like to do this versus, I want Mike McCarthy to outcoach Dan Quinn for a chance. Let's play smart football, use your timeouts wisely, understand that, the running game can help this defense out, but utilize the running game. So maybe it's Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore versus Dan Quinn. We need to have these guys step up. We need to have these guys play cautious with the football. Think about this. The score that the Kansas City Chiefs was able to get was a blindside sack on Dak Prescott that gave them a shorter field. That's disadvantage to Dan Quinn's defense, right? So we got to be smart with this situation. Cowboy Nation, we got to establish the run, set up the play action, let Dak Prescott eat. Yes, we don't have the weapons. We don't have nobody that I know that can take the top off the defense, right? So utilize the weapons that you do got. You got Tony Pollard. You got Ezekiel Elliott. Use those guys to their best strength. Don't fall back and say, we not getting the chunk plays, and we continue to hit the chunk plays and try to do it and not get it. So let's stay focused, Cowboy Nation. Dak Prescott, I'm still rooting for you. You my dog. Although we didn't have the best game last game, but you're going up against a guy that's hungry in Derek Carr. Although he's been looking like a subpar, he's just been looking a shell of himself. You guys got to be ready to go up against this guy, this game. Cowboy Nation, let's get it. I think we'll win still. Let's go.
Let's go. The final word. We out. Peace.
I just wanna run it up. Can we check or something? I've been really in the field, let up, I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Need them ones, I need them fives, need them tens, I need that change. To the safe, got blues inside. Greens and pinks, it's all the same. I still save and roll my change. Take some losses when I play, charge it to the game. I'm with L, yeah, I'm with T Black, I'm with Reverend now. I'm with Bay, yeah, I'm with Jay, yeah, I'm with Chuck and now. Still the same, not switching sides, now it's about loyalty. You switch sides off for the bag, and that's worth more to me. I mix Nike with designer, I experiment. You just rock what's on the shelf, and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. I just be off the dome. I never own no chrome. Too many foes and clones. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on road alone. I've been really in the field. Let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have to take it to a meal. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Kinda check or something. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Count that too. Nowadays, nothing really entice me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's ice. I got wifey on blinking, she ice. Freeze, photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Hit the door and the dome and just whole team here. might need some. Still young, but I move like a new deal to my lawyer. If you're down in my management, I'm just warming up, wait till I old producer saw the numbers one. Different colors in my baggy light. Chalk it up, talk of the town when you're talking up. Wanna get you a ring and you tough enough. Wanna get you new things when your pockets dull. Run it up. I used to be quiet and out of luck. Now I move up and move humble cause the hate and the jealousy. My mama telling me count up your blessings and run it up. Nowadays nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. I keep giving game away. I put game on layaway. I got paid to play today. I get paid to stay away. I get paid on rainy days. I might make it rain today. I got paid off pain today. Thought it'd take the pain away. In my own lane, finger roll. I would never sell my only soul. Heard your whole team was for sale. Heard it's on the market for the low. Who the realest, we might never know. All this acting, you gon' play a role. Give you the world when they sign you up. Try you out and then they line you up. Ooh, now you're looking hungry, ribs are touching, need some food. Now you're all on live acting surprised, but you was fooled. Boy, get out the way, it's been a day, now you're old news. Now you got the pen and pad, you're trying to take my moves. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos. Nowadays, nothing really excites me. Only one of me and nobody's like me. Phone ringing and I tell him it's I got wifey on bling and she freeze. Photo, please, no photos. G's, no, please, no photos.
No, I really can't complain. Wave. Everything is straight. Wave. I'm in it for keepsake. In the field with the cleat lace. Beat fruit with the bare face and a slick tongue, that's what she say. She look good, she a big tease when she bite lip with the wink face. Hella bad when she throwing it back. She bring that my way for the team play. For Pete's sake, I'm above average, I padded my stack. I gotta matter what he say. I'm the 2010 young LeBron James off the backboard, type of bad boy. Hold it down for the task force. If I run his fade, then you ask for it. Cross need to laugh more. I keep it 100 on dashboard. The live show needed passport, cause the beat bounced to the cap torn. Feel like I live it fast forward, but I asked for it. Misfit, got a quick lit on a crash course from the tattered garment to the tabloid. Spoke how I live it into existence. Might be ahead of myself, but the bank account did jump up a couple figures. Feel like nobody could with us. I'm a flight risk. I play among the stars in the Hollywood Hill. The space station couldn't even get in touch with me. Praise faith that I stuck with it. Wave. No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave. Where everything I say turn into the real thing. I tell her run it up, cause you know it ain't a thing. We made it out the slums, with the words on the page. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave. Where everything I'm saying turn into the real thing. I've been living like I'm famous. Like I don't show my face as I'm jumping on the stage. Like I'm living in a daydream. Lost in imagination. She only want me when she faded. She quick to tell me I'm a favorite. She ain't told no lie, she love it when I catch my cadence. She gone off the deep end, pull up every weekend. I hate to let her down, but I'm in a fast life, so you never slowing me down. Heart rate jumping like you don't sleep well. How you switch up, you always help me down. Wonder why I turn into a cold of me now. It could be worse, right? I got where I'm at without no work-life balance. You tell me that it's love, but I'm knowing that it's madness. Squad with me, God, cut us from the same fabric. No, I really can't complain. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave, where everything I say turn into the real thing. Tell them run it up, you know it ain't a thing. We made it out of Psalms with the words on the page. Everything is straight. I've been on a wave, where everything I'm saying turn into the real thing.
sitting like a boss, bring the workers out. Press on the exhaust, we be skirting now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, musta heard around. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them break it down. ISO Wendy's in your town, don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them get in line. Hold it down, came up from the underground. How that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good. In the picture, let me crop them out. They told us trust the process, we ain't stopping now. They know that it's a scene when we popping out. Came up from the dirt, yeah we popping out. This our year, yeah, we finna lock it down. We the top boys in your city when we come around. ISO no POP, tell them hold it down. We been dropping every month, we ain't slowing down, nah. Ayy, sitting like a boss, bring the workers out. Press on the exhaust, we be skirting now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, musta heard around. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them break it down. ISO Wendy's in your town, don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them get in line. Hold it down, came up from the underground. Ayy, tried to play me back then, but you learning now. Do not play with fire, you be burning out. It's like butter, baby butter when I churn it out. They gon' talk behind your back until you turn around. 360, I'm on preheat, I be baking all the good. Chef Curry hit my shimmy, throw it up at half court. Tryna beat me, bet you can't, you would do it if you could. ISO to the Indies, now you got it understood. Yeah, sitting like a boss, bring the workers out. Press on the exhaust, we be skirting now. No, we not the same, what you talking about? Got me all up in your mentions, musta heard around. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them break it down. ISO Wendy's in your town, don't forget the dollar sign. How that sound, yeah that sound good, tell them get in line. Hold it down, came up from the underground. How that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good, how that sound, yeah that sound good. Sounds good.
Come and go like a rah-rah-rah. They don't want the two be going nah-nah-nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lap, yeah, I'm running for the cash. I come and go like a round. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low, lurking in the mode like I'm running from the pole. Yeah. Remember when we did it for life? Was noticing all these frames got me trimming the knife. Always on some new thing like riding the bike. Let's do things in one setting, but I don't feel like selling for the time being. When I was young I used to dream about the palm trees. After the summer achievements I got a long sleeve. Supposedly, think about it, in reality you running out of options. Starting to see the coffin with the Bible preach. I'm way ahead on a private beach. My hair bleached on the cover of a magazine. I got the flavor doing push-ups on the coca bean. Doing all the things you can't imagine what it might be. All these women trying to write me. I get the message now, I know they wanna wife me. And not to mention all the bruises, I just went through all the heat. I broke through all the edges like a right cheek. Yeah, I come and go like a rah-rah-rah. They don't want the two be going nah-nah-nah. I'm coming back with the money in the bag. The rubies in my lap, yeah, I'm running with the cash. I'm come and go like a rah-rah-rah. Putting in the work like I'm way behind. Still trapping on the low, lurking in the mode like I'm running from the pole. Yeah, I cooked it up cause I'm a hero in my own town. Whoa, we just running on our own now. Whoa, all these digits on my phone now. Working through the late night, that's just how it goes down. Oh wow, put in work, I guess we work it out. Almost summer and the money almost running out. All this running up and down, it's getting funny now. I do it for myself and all you ever did was run your mouth. Yeah, we at the spot, they be stunning now. They don't see the bigger picture, we be cutting now. All I'm saying is the man that I'm becoming. He gon' take the new edition and they twist it like a plumber now. Yeah, I'm out here watching all these phony ones.